Hello everyone, this is Mochiko from Buffet Lab. Today I am going to the dinner buffet at Super Dining Rilassa in Tokyo Dome Hotel. I visit all you can eat at hotels more than 50 times a year. I share the latest information about hotel buffets in Tokyo, so please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications to see my new videos. It's no charge. This time I'm back at Rilassa after a little while. And guess what? It's the long-awaited Hokkaido Fair. The theme is my hometown Hokkaido, so I just had to come. Apparently, to prepare for this fair, the staff at Rilassa traveled around Hokkaido to find ingredients. The Hokkaido Fair at Tokyo Dome Hotel's Rilassa has a long history, and they're definitely giving it their all again this time. As usual, I'm wondering where to start, but let's begin with the appetizers. First, here's an octopus appetizer. This one is topped with prosciutto. Next is a salad, right? There are so many ingredients packed in. By the way, here's the drink corner for this buffet. It's a self-serve drink bar where you can grab your drinks easily. It's great for families with kids too. Let's kick off the buffet with the low-temperature cooked octopus and Inca no mesame potatoes with Genoese flavoring. When you take a bite, the basil aroma spreads in your mouth. The octopus has a tender texture and the sweetness of Inca no mesame is just perfect. Next is Hokkaido prosciutto tartine. It looks so stylish. Crispy bread pairs perfectly with the salty, tender prosciutto. The olives and tomatoes add a nice accent, making this dish another masterpiece. Then there's the Caesar salad made with tamatsuya, the bright yellow eggs from Takeuchi Poultry Farm in Otofuki Town. This salad is so colorful. The pumpkin is soft and fluffy, and the broccoli has just the right texture. Delicious. Then there's the lotus root. Its crunchy texture is so satisfying. The chicken has a refreshing lemon flavor, which is light but still full of taste. The sweet potato is fluffy and the croutons are crispy. Now on to the warm dishes. First up, this potato dish. Next it's the meat. And then is this paella. It looks so fancy. Hokkaido colorful potatoes and Tokachi Ikeda black pork bolognese baked with raclette cheese. The colorful potatoes are moist and have a natural sweetness that shows off their quality. The melted raclette cheese coats the potatoes, and when paired with the rich bolognese sauce, it's a perfect match. Pork and Hokkaido white bean stew. Next up, we have this. White beans are pretty rare, aren't they? The meat is so tender it falls apart. The gentle sweetness of the white beans and the herby aroma of the pork make for an amazing combination. Seafood risotto made with nanatsuboshi rice from Tanaka Farm in Rankoshi Town, paella style. The dish is loaded with a plump shrimp and mussels. The risotto has a slightly al dente texture and a mild flavor. There are sausages hidden inside too, so it's a dish that kids will love as well as adults. Now back to the warm dishes for more. I'm picking up the ones I didn't get earlier. First the beef stew, then pasta. There's kombu kelp on top. Is this chanchan yaki? It's so fancy. Beef stew flavored with Tokachi Ikeda's red wine yamabuki. The hotel's beef stew is always something I can't resist. The sauce, rich with the flavor of red wine, is phenomenal. The beef is tender and juicy, and the sauce strikes the perfect balance of richness and smoothness. Hokkaido autumn salmon chanchan yaki style with Tokachi mushroom miso cream sauce. The autumn salmon is fatty, tender, and melts in your mouth. The creamy miso sauce, packed with the umami of mushrooms, pairs perfectly with the vegetables. Smoked autumn salmon and scallop Japanese-style spaghettini hidaka kombu flavor. The flavors of the scallops, bacon, and kombu come together beautifully. It has a deep, rich taste that's so satisfying and delicious. Next up is the crab corner. This time you can exchange this special coin for either a crab or scallop tasting dish. It's hard to decide which one to choose. Hokkaido red snow crab with crab vinegar plus salmon roe. Let's start with this one. The red snow crab has a mild saltiness and it pairs perfectly with the crab vinegar. It's so delicious. I'm planning to use the salmon roe later as a topping for my seafood rice bowl. Scallop tasting, grilled scallop in shell and fried Hokkaido scallop with white corn tartare sauce. Normally you can only choose between the crab or scallop tasting dish, but for this special occasion I was kindly allowed to try both for the sake of this review. First, let's try the grilled scallop in the shell. The natural sweetness of the scallop really stands out. Next is the fried scallop. The coating is crispy and the scallop inside is soft and fluffy. This is pure happiness. The white corn tartare sauce has a gentle flavor that enhances the deliciousness of the fried scallop. Now it's time to head back to the buffet. Next we have the seafood parfait. You start with a glass of rice and add your favorite toppings. First tuna, then small scallops, next salmon. It's hard not to pile on lots of toppings. Of course, avocado is a must. Finally, radish, Rilassa original seafood parfait. The appearance alone is so exciting. Not only can you customize it, but you can also stack it high with lots of seafood, which is amazing. No matter how much I eat, there's still plenty of seafood. It takes quite a while to get to the rice at the bottom, but this kind of struggle is pure happiness. Now let's move on to the roast beef corner. Of course, they slice it right in front of you. Look at that beautiful pink meat. It looks amazing. This time I'll go with the grated radish sauce. Roast beef, the tender meat, and the classic Japanese style sauce are a perfect match. Back to the buffet table. This time it's 2 rounds of curry. First, I scooped some rice and paired it with the mild curry. And next, I went for the European style curry, mild curry. This is it. This is the curry I love. It has a strong sweetness at first, but then a slight spicy kick follows, giving it a deep, authentic flavor. I feel like it was a bit sweeter last time I came, but today the mild spiciness is just the right accent. European style curry supervised by the Tokyo Dome Hotel's honorary executive chef. Next, I tried this one. The flavor is rich and complex with the perfect balance of spice, sweetness, and depth. It pairs wonderfully with the perfectly cooked rice. So tasty. Now let's switch gears to Chinese dishes. First up is this stir-fry dish. Next is another stir-fry, but this one has shrimp in it. And here's zangi. I love both zangi and potatoes. And wow, this is fried rice. The presentation is amazing. Stir-fried shrimp and beef with lemon salt. The plump shrimp and crunchy green onions in this stir-fry are seasoned simply with salt, letting the ingredients shine. The combination of beef and burdock root is also fantastic, making this dish incredibly addictive. Stir-fried pork shoulder and colorful vegetables with XO sauce is packed with tender chunks of pork, plenty of onions and green onion. The umami of the XO sauce seeps into everything, making this a dish that's perfect with rice, zangi and spicy potato fries. When you think of Hokkaido, zangi is a must. The crispy and juicy zangi pairs perfectly with the soft and fluffy potato fry. The fries are seasoned with a light Chinese-style spice, making them irresistibly tasty. Crab fried rice with tamatsuya golden eggs from Takeuchi Poultry Farm in Otofuku Town. The crispy lettuce, fluffy eggs, and generous chunks of crab meat make this fried rice absolutely delicious. It's such a satisfying dish. And now I'm back for seconds on the seafood parfait. I really fell in love with this corner. It's so much fun to grab a glass and layer on all the toppings. This time I evenly spread a layer of tuna first. Here's some seaweed beads, and don't forget the thick rolled omelette. The second round was just as delicious as the first. No matter how much I eat, there's still plenty of seafood. What a delight. Now let's continue with the Chinese dishes. First up is this mango pudding. Next I'll try the candied pecan. And what's this? Could it be cream cheese? Next is dried tofu. And here's a pork dish. Don't forget to drizzle the salt. And of course we can't forget the mapo tofu It seems they've used lamb this time, probably to match the Hokkaido theme, lamb mapo tofu. Let's start with this. I've always loved Rilassa's mapo tofu. Even though it's made with lamb, there's no gumminess at all, and the spiciness is bold and gives it an authentic flavor. The silky tofu and generous amount of green onions make it irresistible. Hokkaido boiled sliced pork with garlic soy sauce. This one looks refreshing. The thinly sliced pork is well coated with a soy-based sauce. Even though there's plenty of sauce, the flavor is gentle and light. It's a simple yet satisfying dish you won't get tired of. Matsumai pickles and dried tofu mix. This is a rare combination. Matsumai pickles with dried tofu. The chewy texture of the dried tofu pairs perfectly with the sweet and salty flavor of the matsumai pickles. It's a delightful harmony of Japanese and Chinese flavors. Hokkaido cream cheese with dried figs and chili oil. Here's another unique combination. The creamy, rich Hokkaido cream cheese matches beautifully with the chewy, sweet texture of dried figs. When you add the crispy, spicy chili oil, the result is absolutely addictive. Candied pecans, are these dessert? Maybe. The crunchy texture of the pecans is coated with a gentle sweetness from the candy. The toasted sesame sprinkled on top adds a nutty aroma, making it hard to stop eating them. Mango pudding. Next is this dessert. The fresh mango aroma spreads softly and the refreshing aftertaste is perfect. It's an ideal dessert to enjoy after eating so much food. I've officially switched into dessert mode, so off to the dessert corner we go. First up is this cream puff. Next, it looks like a sweet potato dessert. Then there's this milk pudding. And here's a tart. What kind of cake is this, I wonder? Next, marshmallows, and finally a mint chocolate cake. How rare. Countryside home milk pudding. This pudding is made with milk from Hokkaido, such a classic Hokkaido dessert. The rich milk flavor of the pudding pairs perfectly with the sweet and tangy sauce. It's light and absolutely delicious. Hokkaido sweet potato verrine. Next is this seasonal autumn-winter delight. The purple topping is bursting with the flavor of sweet potatoes. Underneath is custard and sweet potato puree. The puree isn't overly sweet, making it refined and elegant. And the crispy sweet potato chips add a fun texture. What a great touch. Hokkaido mascarpone cream-filled cream puff. Next up is the cream puff. The light and fluffy choux pastry is filled with rich, creamy mascarpone. Hokkaido white bean Mont Blanc tart. The Mont Blanc cream made with white beans has a strong bean flavor. It's not too sweet and has a refined finish. Truly sophisticated. Hokkaido pumpkin shortcake with caramel sauce. This one is also the perfect size for dessert. The soft fluffy sponge cake and the gently flavored pumpkin cream melt in your mouth. Hokkaido fresh marshmallows. Next is marshmallows. What exactly makes them fresh marshmallows? These are strawberry flavored. When you pop one in your mouth, the strawberry flavor spreads and it melts away almost instantly. There's something creamy inside. Maybe that's what makes it a fresh marshmallow. Chocolate mint mousse from Takino town. Takino is famous for its pink moss fields. I remember visiting there once. The delicate mint aroma and the sweetness of the chocolate are perfectly balanced. It's refreshing and easy to eat. A very unique dessert. Hokkaido curry pumpkin and nakashibetsu Gouda cheese potage. Let's switch gears to soup. This creamy pumpkin soup is perfect for the chilli season. The sweetness of the curry pumpkin and the richness of the Gouda cheese are heavenly. The thick, luxurious flavor is irresistible. The balance of sweetness and saltiness is perfect. Now on to the soup curry corner. I love how packed it is with chunky ingredients. The soup curry features eggplant, burdock root, and tender chicken. The tomato-based soup is spicy with just the right amount of tanginess. It's definitely a dish that pairs well with rice. Hokkaido specialty pork bowl. And here we have another Hokkaido classic. The sweet and savory pork is served over perfectly cooked rice with crispy onions adding just the right texture. This dish is absolutely delicious, easy to finish in no time. Now onto the ramen corner. Shark fin ramen. How luxurious. The broth has a gentle, slightly thick texture, and the thin noodles soak up the flavors beautifully. Oh, here's the shark fin. Its slightly chewy texture adds a fun element to the dish. What a fancy and flavorful treat! Next, let's head over to this corner. I'm going to pick up some Chinese dishes I haven't tried yet. First, this meat dish. And here are some boiled dumplings. Look at all that kombu, braised beef tongue and daikon in soy sauce. The beef tongue is tender and the daikon has absorbed all the rich flavors of the soy-based sauce. The sweet and savory balance makes this dish comforting and satisfying. Hidaka kelp broth dumplings with tororo kelp. This is such a Hokkaido-style dish. Dumplings topped with tororo kombu kelp shaving are definitely a rare find. The dumpling skins are chewy, the filling is packed with juicy meat, and the broth is full of the rich umami flavor from the kelp. The tororo kombu adds even more depth to the flavor. So delicious. Now, as we near the end, it's time for some fruit. This refreshing citrus is perfect for the end of the meal, as the slightly bitter peel adds a nice accent, leaving your palate clean and fresh. Hugs, of course, I couldn't end without a parfait. There were 3 flavors of soft serve, and I went with a mix. I topped it with a chocolate brownie and added a wafer for extra fun. The melon's refreshing sweetness pairs beautifully with the rich fudgy brownie. It's a luxurious dessert to wrap up the meal. By the way, my friend pointed out that I placed the wafer upside down. Oops! This concludes my meal. Completely finished. I'm so full now. My favorites this time were these dishes. Mochiko's top pick, Rilassa Original Seafood Parfait. The MVP of this visit was definitely this dish. The joy of customizing your own parfait is one of the unique pleasures of a buffet. Not only is it fun to make, but it's also so luxurious to enjoy all that fresh seafood. The flavor was absolutely fantastic, truly the best. Hokkaido specialty pork bowl. The sweet and savory pork combined with perfectly cooked rice was just like the real thing from Hokkaido. It's amazing how this dish made me feel like I was back in Hokkaido while staying in Tokyo. Such a perfectly executed dish, it was simply outstanding. I'm beyond satisfied, having been able to enjoy so many delicious dishes from my hometown. This experience was truly amazing. It might seem odd to say this, but I just wanted to thank everyone who worked so hard to make these beautiful Hokkaido-inspired dishes. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for watching until the end. I share the latest information about hotel buffets in Tokyo, so please subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications to see new videos. I post new buffet videos every week, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button. See you at the next buffet.